Got looking around a little bit here and just trying to put things together here. It looked like army cots. Holy smokes. When I got a little bit more curious here, I was on one of the darn things myself. And here, the army cots I saw had men in them too, and the blankets pulled over their heads. Well, you don't want to stay in a place like that. Next morning, my shoulder had hurt, so I took and tied a neckerchief around that, and I managed I could handle all the controls with it. To start with, we hauled troops in, and then we hauled merchandise in and so forth. And then I'd say so about on the third day that we ended up with they contacted all of the ships. The hospital ships couldn't take any more, so if anybody could, why they said would take some in. So I took a load in, and that's where I ended up getting smashed up. We pulled up to the ship there, and I told Zage to take the wheel, I says, and take it in. And he used some kind of an expletive, 5-letter one. And so I says, okay. I says, you take the ship, the boat, and hold it in there and keep it in there tight. As I says, it's nasty out here right now. The ship's rolling, and you got to have it in you to really know what you're doing. And see, they all had a certain amount of running it, because man alive, you can't do it 24 hours a day, because that's where we were. The ships pulled out on us every night. He wasn't keeping it to the next to the ship, and the first thing you know, he's out there probably 20 feet from the ship. And then here they're starting to come up with the davits. The ship rolled at the same time, and wham, she come right at there and flipped me. I was right on the stern there. I had hooked the hook in, which would have been his job, see. And there was such an impact there that I flew through the air, and I caught my arms over the side of the boat, and I don't remember anything from there on out. Well, about 4 or 5 weeks afterwards, I'd pretty good shape there, but I could take a t-shirt on and put a t-shirt on, and I'd get my arm out, and dart, oh, Kelly, you couldn't get it down, it hurt. So I went up to him and I said, hey, I says, what can we do for that? He says, don't worry about that. He says, that'll take care of itself. But he says, I want you to know one thing. He said that my check on you when you came in here, you were bleeding so internally, he said, there was no chance for you. He says, I know, he says, and you know too, he says, it took an awful lot for the Lord to get you here. Iwo Jima was what our biggest problems on Iwo and stuff like that is they had tunneled everything throughout that island. They knew where we were, and then they had doors that they could swing open, and then they shot missiles out. They would see if they got a position on them, and then they had the one that opened that door, that would be right on it, and they could get it. And that's where we had an awful time to do. We were lucky enough to not get any of that, but we ended up with the caterpillars, and they took off up on the left part of there, and they ended up coming out. And by the time the one got to the top, They just did a boom, 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 and they just kept going like that, and they were all standing right there. That's all the farther they got. The heroes are all over there. They told us that we lost about 8,000 Marines at Iwo.